Conditional statements are used to perform different actions based on different conditions. So very often when you write code, you want to perform different actions for different conditions. And you can use conditional statements in your code to do this. So in the previous video, we took a quick look at an if-else condition where we decided whether a number was even or odd. So in this lesson, we will be taking another look at how to use if-else statements to make decisions. So the way to do this is using an if statement. So if, and then you have a condition that will be evaluated, and then your code block to be executed. And here we'll have the code to be executed. And then you can also probably have an else if with another condition. And you then may have an else statement. So you may have an if block that looks something like this. All right, so let's do an example. And I'm going to use one of the built-in functions in PHP, the date function. So let me create a variable to store today, or today's day. So we can say d equals date. And we use a string format. So we want today's day. So we can say d. And then we can check our condition. So if we do a var or a print r, sorry, let's do a print r of d and save this. Let us refresh. So we're in conditionals.php and we did something wrong in line 16. Where are we? Okay, so let us remove this section for now and save. Right, so based on today's day, today is indeed a Sunday. So we see that the day is being stored as in three letters. So the first three letters of the day. All right, so now that we know this, and let us remove our print r. So we can now say if our day is equal to, let's say, Sunday, we're going to say have echo have a nice Sunday. And in our else if block, we could say else if d is equal to, for instance, Monday, we would like to echo I dread Monday mornings. All right, else we could say echo looking forward to the weekend. All right, so just like that, we have a function. We have used an inbuilt function and we are making decisions in our program based on today's day. So if we save this, we already know that today is Sunday. We can refresh this and we will get have a nice Sunday. We can also do this with the time of day. So to store the time of day, let me create another variable and store it in t. and T will be equal to date, and we need the hour of the day, so we need to put an H, and this will store the hour of the day. All right, so just to know how this variable is being displayed, we can drop our T in a print R and then refresh. So we see here we get a 23. So obviously this is using some form of 24-hour time clock. Okay, so we're just going to work with it as is. So we can remove this. And let me comment out this if block. So now we can say if T is, let's say, less than, let's put 10. So remember, it's a string. When we are dealing with date, it is a string. Let's hover over it. It's a string format. So we have to put our 10 inside quotations. So if it's less than 10, we want to echo have a good morning. Else, if it is less than, if it is less than 20, we just echo have a good day. Else, echo have a good evening. So depending on the time of day that you run this, you should see one of these different messages. So let me save this and run it. Right, so obviously it's evening time now, so I am getting have a good evening. All right, so this is just one way, and if you want to format this a little bit better for readability, it's nice to have the if-else statements on different lines. Now, usually if you find yourself having too many if-else statements, sometimes it just makes sense to use a switch statement. So let's look at how we would do a switch statement, and let us use the first example with our day. So in order to do this, we would use the switch keyword. So a switch basically works similarly to an if-else statement. So it needs the expression and it evaluates it. Then it seeks a label to match the resulting value. And then if a matching value is found, then the code associated with the matching label will be executed. And if none of the labels match, then the default statement will execute. So let me show you what we mean by this. So first we need to evaluate. We need a case. So we're going to use D. And the first case which will be Monday, colon, echo, today is Monday. And we need a break statement. So if today is indeed Monday, then we would want to break out of the switch statement. If we do not have the break statement, then every case will execute. Okay, and we do not want that. So I am going to just copy this because each case, so our first case is checking for Monday, second case Tuesday, so let's change to Tuesday. Of course, Thursday. and Friday. And Saturday. And then, as I stated, we need a default. So we can say default. And our default case will say echo today must be a Sunday. Right, so we have a case for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And the only day of the week we don't have a case for is a Sunday. So the default statement basically says there's only one other day of the week. So today must be a Sunday. So let me save this and run it. And we get today must be a Sunday, right? So try this one out. You can run it on a different day of the week and see if your cases work. And if not, just double check your code to see if you have the correct case match. All right, and see if that works. And the final comparison I want to look at is the ternary operator. And the ternary operator provides a shorthand way of writing the if-else statements. And it is represented by using a question mark symbol, and it takes 3 operands. First, a condition to check, and then secondly, a result for true, and thirdly, the result if the condition is false. So let us take a look at how we can use a ternary operator with our date. So let's comment this out. And we can say if, and we're not going to be using an if, right? So we're simply going to do an echo. And the first thing we do is our condition. So we just need to open up our parentheses and we put t if t is less than 10. So that's our evaluation. And then after our question sign is the result if it's true. So if it's true, we want to say good morning. And then we have a colon. And basically this is if the condition is false. So we can say good evening. Right? So first our condition, and then after the question sign, whatever comes after it will be executed if the condition is true, and else it will execute what comes after the colon. So let's save this and refresh. And it is saying good evening because obviously it's evening time now. So by tomorrow morning, when this condition becomes true, it should print good morning. So this is an example of how we would use a ternary operator.